Hey everybody, how you doing? Sean here again with Mapbox. I've got our R-Lift here and wanted to go over a couple different ways to deploy the R-Lift, carry the poles, and kind of just some of the best use cases that we've seen in the past from customers. This is a product that's been on the market for probably about 12 years now. It was one of the first products we ever developed. The Tarzir Eclipse was the absolute first. The S-Lift was second, followed by the R-Lift, ladder, kind of that whole lift system. So it has been on the market for some time. It's widely used across all different units, from special operations to conventional forces, really as a method to spread load your gear, spread load your equipment across all your operators. And so the most common way that we see this being deployed is obviously this is the R-Lift already with it attached with our carrying pouch here. But generally speaking, what we see is units will take this portion, which is the bed with the Mylar thermal blanket, your head pillow, and everything. They will take the bed portion of it and put it into a med pack or a bigger assault bag with them. And then the poles are with the recce team or climbing team or whoever kind of element that you have that would be associated with the ladders. Maybe it's a sniper team or a roof team, but the poles are with that team. And not in all cases do you want to necessarily spread all the stuff out, but generally speaking, this is how we see most units use the system: is they have the ladder attached with the ladder rungs, and that is with like an assault team, and the medic is only carrying this portion of the R-Lift. They're taking this and they're putting it into a med pack, or they're putting it into an assault bag, something like this, or they're attaching it to the bottom of their med pack. Really, there's a lot of different ways to carry this, and we leave it up to the operators and the unit and the mission and kind of whatever is needed for your operations. So on that, these poles, if you have this already set up with an assault team, but you're a medic that wants to also carry your full complete kind of litter system as your own, or maybe you give it to a new guy, or maybe you give it to a secondary medic that's carrying a smaller med pack, what you can do. So you can see these poles are sized so they will fit into the side of your bags. Typically, like most people will use them as they're holding a Nalgene bottle or something, but it's the same size that will fit any type of backpack side pouch like this, where you could put your poles on the side. So here's one of our Graham bags, the Grave Robber Assault Medic Pack. You can also take these and mount them directly on the outside of your assault pack, so that when you open it up, you still have access to the assault pack. There's a lot of different ways to carry the poles, carry the system. One way that I actually want to show you guys right now is actually taking and having the poles already preloaded into the sleeves of your R-Lift. Again, this is going to be unit and medic kind of dependent on this carrying method. I kind of went over a lot of different ways to carry these, but really at the end of the day, it's to you guys' creativity on how you carry these, how you deploy the system, what makes the most sense for your unit and your mission set or whatever you're going out on. So in order to do this, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my sections of poles, this end section right here, and I'm going to start feeding it into the R-Lift. And if you remember from previous videos, you need to make sure that this one wrap is on the outside of the pole. So with this setup, it doesn't make the neatest kind of setup, but it does allow you to have the poles already preloaded into the system. To set this up, you can still use our carrying case. Again, this isn't like the prettiest setup, but it does allow you to still use this case and you already have the poles preloaded into the R lift, you can obviously take your time and really make this more meticulous than what I just did. But it is an option that, with how the pack is designed, it does allow you to set this up, have this already preloaded in here. So when you go to deploy the R lift, which I'm going to do right here, again, the poles are already preloaded in here. So now all I'm doing is just taking one side, putting it together, and just starting to load this all the way in. And now I'll have this fully set up in a few seconds. You could very easily do this in a few seconds. So it's just another way to do this. You know, again, depending on the mission, depending on your situation, you might not want to have your poles already preloaded, set up this way. You might have the poles set up with another medic or another operator. You might have them set here. But this is just one example of a way that actually a bunch of operators sent us this as a way that they've found to just help them make sure that they could get the poles in expedient. They under night, under things, under NVGs, and having a way to deploy the system in a matter of a few seconds. So if you're interested in this or other of our products, please reach out to us at sales@maplock.com. You can hit us up on email. We're also on direct message across different social media platforms. And we look forward to supporting you guys. And thanks for your time.